This is part 3 of my tool cart series. This is drawer number 4, the wrench drawer. It's a hodgepodge of different brands, all Toyota sizes, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19, 20, 24. That was a Mac double-ended box wrench. I got used off Craigslist. Pretty decent deal, but still paid a premium for a brand name. It's a Gearwrench 8mm. I've come across very few 8mm bolts on my Toyotas, so I didn't have this in here at first, but I threw it in there just to be sure. 6-point. Not a fan of the Gearwrench combination wrenches, but at the time they seemed like the best deal and value. I've since watched a lot of YouTube videos, and those I would not have purchased those in hindsight. But they get the job done. And I'm happy with all my budget tools. I shouldn't complain. So this is that same 8mm wrench, just kind of showing the lack of anti-slip teeth. The box end 6 points. Yeah, the Gearwrench logo is very difficult for me to read on small tools. This is a snap-on 10mm. I bought from that same Craigslist deal. It's heavily used, but seems to be in decent shape. Used it quite a bit. Haven't had any issues with it. Used it to bleed my brakes. My pickup last weekend worked perfectly. Back to this 1214 Mac double box in 45-degree offset wrench. Just showing his initials. He marked on it all of his tools. There you go, you can see it right there. And this snap-on has the same. So the idea is that these wrenches will cover everything I come across working on my Toyotas. In hindsight, I probably would have held out and bought a better combination, just basic wrench set. I got this 10mm flex Husky at the swap meet. I think I've overpaid for this, but I wanted this tool. 10mm seems very common on the Toyotas. I wanted a flex wrench. I heard good things about Husky wrenches, so it seemed like it was a buy. This is a set of snap-on double box-in wrenches. They're a little short for my taste. I do like the round handle. Nice grip. They seem to be in decent shape, so I'm very happy with them. On this one right here, I didn't realize there was still some gunk on it, so I took a little break to clean that one up. No, on this 17, 19mm. I do want a longer 17-19mm 45-degree double box in wrench, so I'm actually shopping online for that right now. I think I'm gonna buy a KTC. Seemed like a pretty good value and form factor for me. So very happy with these snap-on wrenches. I'd prefer them to be longer, but you know, they round out my my set. Once I get that 17-19 double box in 45-degree offset wrench, I think I'll be pretty well rounded in here with every wrench I might need. If I could do it again, I'd probably buy Carlye metric combination wrenches. Seem like a good value. As much as I would like to buy some high-end stuff, I'm gonna keep going to swap meet, keep an eye out, but very far and few between. It's mostly Craftsman USA and lower grade than that. A lot of rust. So this chrome and these snap-ons is holding up great. I estimate they're probably from the 80s or 70s, based on the guy's age. So now we'll start looking at my combination wrenches. This is a 12mm Gearwrench, and we got the 12mm Japanese Craftsman. I do like those Japanese Craftsman. This is a 14 millimeter Tekton flex head wrench, 6-point. They had an outlet. Their outlet tabs got a lot of tools on sale, and at the time, I thought the 6-point ratcheting wrenches were perfect for me. But since then, I realized I probably shouldn't be breaking bolts loose with the ratcheting and wrench. So probably wouldn't have bought those since it doesn't logically make sense. But this is a snap-on 17 millimeter wrench. So very happy with this. Works great. It's good condition. Used it a few times. Well worn, pretty scratched up, but chrome's holding up very nicely. High snap-on quality. And here we go through a series of 17 millimeter wrenches. I noticed it's a very common bolt size on the Toyota, so I'm picking these up at the swap meet. This is the Easco. I thought it was a pretty cool wrench. Picked up the other day at the swap meet. Very happy with that. Look forward to using it. This is a SK I've used a few times. Really enjoy this wrench. Kind of got a nice dull chrome to it. Just nice form factor. Super comfortable in the hand. That's my main concern is how does the tools feel in my hand. I like a flat comfort grip side. Not comfort grip like a ratchet, but I like wrenches that have a wide handle. Don't cut into my hand too much. So here I'm going to go to Stubby. This is a new purchase, a Carlye 22 millimeter Stubby specifically for my front brake caliper spreader Maddox kit from Harbor Freight. And the 22 millimeter wrenches, but spinning them around is quite cumbersome. They're pretty long, so I need a Stubby. This is not quite a Stubby, but it's pretty short for a 19 millimeter. So I just threw it on the Stubby rack. And it's 19 millimeter bolt that's torqued down. This wouldn't give me enough leverage. I'm getting old and weak, so try to get as much leverage as possible. But it's a snap-on. It's a Toyota size, so it's in the box. So now we're gonna go through all these Tekton wrenches I bought on sale. Or I bought a whole set of Tektons and I discovered that outlet tab, so I sent a few back and bought the same version in the 6-point ratcheting for a few tools. But very happy with Tekton. They seem very reasonable brand. I like the warranty policy, and I like the mail order delivery, decent prices. At the time, I was pretty value orientated. I wasn't looking to get any high or even mid-grade tools. I was just trying to fill up my toolbox with all the necessary tools required to work on a Toyota, and probably went overboard on Stubbies. I don't use these very often. Toyotas typically have a ton of room to work in, but I just wanted to be fully equipped and just to have everything. This is a special wrench. This is a Mastergrip. I wanted to keep at least one of these in here. It basically came with this toolbox I found on the side of the road when I was in my early 20s. All the tools scattered at an intersection. Collected them up. This is my first tool set. Got my Craftsman USA ratchet, a bunch of sockets and wrenches, and used that tool set heavily. Still use the box to this day. It's a great form of nostalgia for me. So I'm very happy to keep that one in the tool cart working on Toyotas. So then we got ratcheting Stubbies. We got Tekton combination Stubby. And just repeating the same sizes over and over, 14, 12, 10. And I think I only go down to a 10 over here because, like I said, the 8s are just so uncommon. Even the brake relator nut was a 10. So here we'll go back to, this is the biggest wrench in the whole box, 24 millimeter Gearwrench, 0 degree offset. One side's ratcheting, one side's got a little I don't know what the term is for that, but it's got on the non-ratcheting side, it's got a little lip that pops out and helps you get at some recessed bolts. So, I thought this would be plenty of leverage, but I'm sure I could have forced it open, but I was doing my gear oil And the 24mm large wrench back there wasn't enough for me to easily crack the nut loose, so I did end up going with a 2-foot breaker bar 1/2-inch socket. And I'm glad I reassessed it, because the 15/16 socket fit much better than the 24mm that I had. So I was able to get that off with the sockets, and then we just basically going through all the Toyota sizes of this tool set. I got the entire tool set in the other toolbox, so all the non-Toyota sizes are just piled up in my normal toolbox to the left there, that white toolbox. This, I thought, for whatever reason, would be handy doing the gear oil changes, 24mm ratcheting wrench, but I underestimated how stuck on those bolts would be. And this is a Icon large ratcheting wrench. I bought the whole set. Probably one of my biggest regrets buying tools. I was pretty pricey. I didn't even get it on sale or anything. I was just super hyped at the time, buying Icon everything that, you know, I thought I would need them. I bought this combination set at the swap meet for half price, so very happy with that. The bigger ones don't have the anti-slip, but I do like the way that the wrenches look. I understand they're probably not as strong as the super high-end stuff, but for someone on a budget, it seemed reasonable. So 22mm ratcheting wrench. The larger ones also have a shorter form factor than the smaller ones, because when you get down, so that's a 22mm SK, beautiful wrench. I love that one. It's very similar to the 17 I got. Probably got them at the same time at the swap meet 10 years ago or so. So these are wrenches that have been used quite a bit. It's SK 22mm, but it's holding up just fine. So now we're getting into these ratcheting long form factor Icons. They also have an anti-slip teeth on the open end. And I was happy with these at the time, but in hindsight, I probably would have bought a different wrench set than this. I already have some Husky ratcheting combination wrenches. Probably just would have stuck with those. And but you know, I wanted some long wrenches, and this is one Tekton double flex ratcheting 6-point. I had the 12 points at first. I didn't know about the outlet tab, so I sent those back and got the discounted ones that are going out of design. So very happy with that. And looking at the teeth here on the anti-slip Icon ratcheting wrench set. Not sure how theirs is gonna work. I'm sure there's videos out there that go over it, but haven't used them much, but so far I'm happy with these wrenches. Not complaining about the Icon wrenches at all. This is a Gearwrench double. I think that was a Tekton double flex. And there's another wrench. Having a hard time seeing these behind my voiceover box. Just basically whatever wrenches fit. They're not necessarily in order by design or size. It's just how many I could pack in the drawer of all my favorite Toyota sizes. And I know they're in there somewhere. I don't mind taking an extra second to find them.